This is Morgan Hazelwood, back again with more writing tips and writerly musings. Today, I'm here to talk to you about getting an agent, querying in batches. I know, I talk a lot about the querying process. Maybe someday I can actually talk about the having an agent part of the process. But if you've been following me for a while, you know that traditionally published books typically need an agent, and that most publishing houses won't even accept submissions from unagented works. You probably know that in order to get an agent, you need to send them a one-page or less query letter telling them about the story, i.e. the characters and the stakes, the manuscript stats and, comps and stuff, and a brief bio about yourself. Maybe 2 sentences, maybe 3. I've talked about how to pick who to query, and I've even let you know about my worries about when to send that letter. But that's not all you need to think about, of course, because it's querying. Now, there is debate about how many agents to query at a time in your batch, when to stop querying, and whether to give up and drawer the manuscript, put it away, or self-publish. I personally know I have a very bad habit of revising the manuscript, the entire thing, every 10 rejections or so, which I shouldn't need to do unless I'm either getting consistent feedback in the rejections or my manuscript isn't ready. However, I've been running into querying writers who are sending out 10 queries a day without stop until they've queried everyone in their genre, or at least not opposed to their genre. That's not how this is supposed to work. Stop it. It's like applying to every job in your area without checking to see if it's the right ones. You are only hurting your own chances. Now, I do agree that queries should be sent out in batches, but of 3 to 5, maybe even 10. But then you need to wait. You need to see what sort of responses you're getting. If you are getting form rejections, that doesn't mean your manuscript is bad. That doesn't mean that the market doesn't want what you have. It's not saying that the agent doesn't find your voice or your story compelling. It simply means your query isn't working, or maybe your first 10 pages. That's it. It is a lot easier to edit a query and tweak it or work on your opening chapter than it is to revise and revamp an entire manuscript. But industry standards are such that one does not re-query an agent with the same manuscript unless there have been substantial changes to the plot, the pacing, the characters, to a majority of the manuscript. A slight aside about those opening pages: a lot of publishers, agents, editors, and even veteran writers have told me that newbie writers often start the story in the wrong place, even if their writing is great. So that may be something to consider. But let's get back to this whole querying in batches talk. If you query every agent immediately, you'll never know if the problem is your query and opening, or the manuscript itself, or the market. However, if you query in smaller batches, you can tweak and adjust until you're getting requests for more pages, or at least more personalized rejection letters. Both of those things mean that you're getting closer. Feedback is useful, but lack of feedback just means you haven't hit the mark yet, or you've been querying the wrong people. So don't waste your query chances with your first polished query. Once you're getting rejections on partials or full requests, it may be time to query more widely or revamp your manuscript. But just getting form rejections on your query could just mean your query isn't hitting the right notes. So why do you want to batch send it out to every agent in the industry until you know that your query is working? Slow down on your querying. The publishing industry is a slow process, and rushing through the querying process won't do anything but close doors to this current manuscript. Sorry, just had to get that out of me. Let me know in the comments below, have you queried manuscript? What did you find to be the right size for a batch? And if you have, bulk queried, let me know if it actually works, because I haven't heard of it working, but that doesn't mean I'm right. As always, thank you for watching, and tune in again next week for more writing tips and writerly musings.
And that's all for today. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button and share it with all your friends. It goes a long way towards helping people find me. And I'll be back again next Monday with more writing tips and writerly musings. Bye-bye.